Joining us now, former Arab-Israeli negotiator and Carnegie Endowment for International Peace Senior Fellow, Aaron David Miller. It's really good to have you. I don't understand what the disconnect is here. President Biden laid out in great detail a three-step plan to the IDF getting out completely of Gaza and for there to be a influx of a lot of aid and then eventually a reconstruction. He said the Israelis were on board with this. What is Benjamin Netanyahu saying today that's making this muddier?
Yeah, I mean, it's a 4.5-page proposal. And remember, Katie, and thanks for having me, the Israelis haven't agreed. The war cabinet has agreed. Oh. And the real question is, including the prime minister, this is Benjamin Netanyahu's and the war cabinet's proposal. It was made public in an address by the president on Friday, which is unprecedented. Never before has an American president, in the middle of a major and significant conflict between Israel and Palestinians or Israel and any Arab state, issued a proposal for how to end the conflict. It's rather quite extraordinary. So the problem now is politics. Question is, if Hamas accepts this and doesn't overload it with deal breakers, then the proposal approved by the war cabinet, which is a much slimmed down version of the cabinet itself, will go to the full cabinet. And therein is where the proverbial rubber hits the road, because Messieurs Smotrich and Ben-Gvir, two of the most extreme right-wing members of the government, basically said that they cannot abide this proposal, and they've threatened to leave. So that's where it stands now. If Hamas accepts it, or actually signs it without conditions or further counter proposals, then we're going to see, probably sooner rather than later, exactly how the Israeli political process and the prime minister is going to deal with this.
The prime minister said it was only a partial version. He also said something to the effect of he'd never accept a permanent ceasefire. Is that just him saving face? Is it him countering with the war cabinet and he accepted in order to make a pitch to the Israeli public of strength and to potentially keep his alliance, his coalition together?
I think it's all of the above. I think he's telling Smotrich and Ben-Gvir that Hamas will probably not accept this. And even if they do, there's plenty of room to maneuver. I mean, I don't want to make predictions here, but it seems to me the piece of this agreement that could actually get implemented is phase one. If you look at phase two, and I haven't seen the 4.5-page agreement, but phase two remains to be negotiated. And it is in phase two where the core issues of both Hamas and Israel will be tested. Hamas is prepared to exchange, according to the agreement, the remaining hostages, roughly 50 males, IDF soldiers and civilians, in exchange for a 6-week pause, withdrawal of Israeli forces from Gaza, and a permanent cessation of hostilities. None of that is negotiated. Those are aspirational objectives, but an enormous amount of work has to be done. And I think partly what the prime minister, when he said it was a partial proposal, the president's language to some degree reflected the fact that on the 16th day of phase one, negotiations will begin in direct between Israel and Hamas as to how to work out the terms of phase two. So a lot of this is aspirational. And while we're closer than ever, I would argue ever is still quite a ways away, I'm afraid.